There we go. Hello, welcome back for our next episode of Avatar. Before the ice melted, I'm excited to jump into this because it's been a hot second.
Before the ice melted?
Before the ice melted.
No, I'm not writing this.
This is about to take a turn from Avatar to Eldritch.
Yeah, I was like,
the horror edition.
I was like, I can make this a horror campaign if you want.
I can totally do a revamp.
Avatar: The Last Ear Blender.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. All body horror all the time.
Oh my god. Anyways, Avatar Before the Ice Melted. We're already off to a giddy start. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Before we jump in, I'm going to say a few words about our sponsors, let everybody introduce themselves, and then we'll get going. So our sponsors are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system. It's not tied to a genre. Excuse me. So you can use it to play any style of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. And as Hannah is showing, this is what it looks like. You can pick up the physical copies on Amazon. Just search Fundamental RPG and it should pull right up. Or if you prefer PDFs, you can go to coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled on the right-hand side of the screen. And you can get the PDF, or you can pick up the free quick play guide and sort of demo the system a bit before deciding if you want to pick it up or not. It's very cool stuff. Also go check out Die Hard Dice, our other sponsor. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and accessories. And if you use the code FUNRPG, all capital letters, all one word, you can get 10% off of your entire order. And then I highly recommend checking out the Embers Kazan set. It's one that they sent over to me recently. I'm going to show them on the camera. The camera doesn't quite pick up everything as well as they look in person, but you can see there's like little dragon scales on them. They're really, really cool. So definitely go check those out. That's it for sponsors. So let's do our intros. We'll start at the top left with Hannah. Tell us a little bit about Somo and yourself.
Greetings, I am Hannah, or Woe Hannah, and today I'm going to be playing Somo, who is an earth airbender. Wow, I keep mixing up air and earth today. Those are very opposite. So they're an airbender who was sent away from their temple with a very important task of keeping, very important but kind of nebulous task of keeping this important airbending scroll safe. We're doing okay at that. Lost it for a bit, but we got it back. Everything's fine. It's basically like nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly. It's back. Nothing happened to it. It's fine. You're missing a key, but it's fine.
I don't think that Somo has even noticed that yet.
Oh, all right. Next we got Paladin. Tell us a little bit about Nariyoshi and yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Little Red Dot, and Polished Scripted. And today, as always, I am playing Nariyoshi, a former Fire Nation soldier who is trying to make up for past misdeeds by raising a young boy. I am currently leading a bunch of children through the dangerous mountains in search of safety.
Awesome.
Technically teenagers.
You're a child.
Have you seen the way we react to each other? We're children.
I was about to say
fair.
what age I was,
I mean,
and then I realized I don't remember what age Somo is.
You're 19.
You are 19.
Vespora would
Thank you.
totally
You're
disagree.
welcome.
Well, she would disagree with most things because
Yeah,
she's
I mean,
a child.
she's totally mature.
B.
Like,
Tell us a little bit about Chung Li and yourself.
I'm a B. I do stuff. Troll and Prettiest Princess that can unlock me as a playable character. I play Chun-Li, who is a 13-year-old wannabe luchador, earthbender, who might be working out some serious psychological trauma by hitting people with rocks.
Carrying sand in your pants.
Carrying sand, yeah. He just walks around with sand in his pants.
Forgot about
It's just
that.
a trait now. He's got the harem pants, and they're just full of sand.
You're
Hey,
unknowingly.
You can do the laundry by just going.
Hammer pants. Oh, good. I thought you said harem pants, and I was like,
I did
that's
say
not
harem
right.
pants. I did say harem pants.
But I-
Did you?
but I mean-
They are called harem pants.
How?
Yes,
Victory!
they are.
Because if
They
you're in a
are.
harem, you want
That
pants
can't
that
possibly
can
be
carry sand.
politically correct.
Well,
Very
it's probably
simple.
not politically correct.
Every
but
time I've been in a
wrong.
harem, I have loaded my pants with sand, and they are the best sand-bearing pants.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
there in the corner,
They're
but
just-
sandcastle.
they're just-
Mhm,
they're
mhm.
going-
I rapidly get kicked out, but it's fine.
Yeah, and
I'm
like
not bitter at all. I didn't want to be
John
the Great Khan's
Travolta.
wife.
Sandy. There you go.
Anywho, I mean, they are probably the precursor to parachute pants, which would be hammer pants.
Yes.
But yeah. Anina, tell us about yourself
Hi.
and Vespora.
it's going to be very hard to concentrate after that last
Good luck
conversation.
following that.
My name's Anina Kasky. I'm an actor and a writer, and I have a YouTube channel where I do funny things and dark things and other things. This went wrong already. Please watch my sketches, comedic monologues, short film. That's the dark thing.
Harem things.
No, I have
No,
not
no, that's
done
my
that.
gig.
Yeah,
my bit.
that's his gig. He stole my pass, so now I can't get in.
My man.
Today, I'm playing Vespora, who is a totally mature 15-year-old waterbender, and waterbending's like so boring.
So mature.
Yeah, I'm so mature.
So mature.
I mean, I get to go on a boat, so like,
Ooh,
I have
look at me,
to.
I'm about to-
We're walking now.
B, we're not role playing yet.
I love that we're already in character here.
Like
If you haven't
5 minutes, hold it in.
if you haven't watched the show previously to today, this is the energy of the party
Yeah,
right
exactly.
here.
So, one thing, just slip one more thing in there. Please go to my YouTube channel, The Awkward Actress, and also Bardic Quest. So look at those
Absolutely.
2 YouTube channels.
It's good.
Thank you. Over and out.
Awesome. That just leaves me. I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things that I do, most of which are tabletop related or adjacent. I to list some of them off. I GM professionally. I'm a voice actor. I'm an artist, writer, editor, sensitivity reader, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head. So it's a lot. If you want to check out my stuff, you can go check out theravenevermore.com. That's RAVYN. Evermore.com. And there's links to all the various things there. Oh, thanks, Paladin. And then, yeah, I play everybody else in our setting here, including Nanya Asado, who is Vespora's grandmother, who randomly just shows up as if out of thin air with little nuggets of wisdom or comedic effect when needed.
I don't know. I think the Crag's way better, but I'm
I was gonna say,
so biased.
also the Crag, who is a fun character as well.
Yes.
And her last name be Ferguson? Just
Yes.
because.
Yes. I insist upon this.
Brag
Yes,
Ferguson.
that's amazing. Oh my goodness.
Why does that? Oh, that hits me.
This, yeah, that's amazing. If this game used like XP points, I'd be like, have 1 XP point for that because that was amazing. It's a token XP point.
I mean,
But it was
if
amazing.
you sneezed in RP, you'd probably get like 1 experience point.
Okay, then 2. It's better than a sneeze. That was amazing. Yes, Crag Ferguson is another character that has shown up. It's amazing. So last session, there was a little bit of a almost skirmish with some Fire Nation soldiers who were camping out outside Changli and Nariyoshi's village or town.
Camping our spawn village.
Yep. But you managed to both diffuse and evade the situation quite well. Somo got a new little pet out of a mausoleum, so that was fun. And you were on your way. You've been given a mission to take the scroll to someone just outside of Ba Sing Se, with I think I told you something to say to them, but it's been a couple of weeks, so I can't remember what it was. But it was something involving the White Lotus.
We have written instructions.
Ooh.
I think actually we had to hand over an envelope.
That's what it was. That's right.
Additionally, Nariyoshi tore down his own house.
Yes.
He did.
It was very
Which
It
true.
was
seemed
a
wasteful.
beautiful symbolic moment.
My house was made of wood.
Symbolism is never wasteful. It's
That's true.
stupid, but it can't be wasteful.
That's
I'll
fair.
just
I
pay my rent
suppose.
with symbols.
Technically, you do, but let's not get into that.
Oh my god. Anyways.
Joe is out. Cryptid is in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tab it. Having all my jokes prodded to death.
So you're on the
You
road.
knew what this was.
So you're on the road.
It,
We're never gonna
wasn't
get anywhere.
it wasn't like this in the last campaign, okay?
That's fair. That's
Just
fair.
added sass.
The further away we get from our two seasons ago GM, the worse
Yeah.
everything collapses into
Okay.
giggly chaos. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, anyways, you're on the road. And everything's been pretty okay so far. We're coming up on about time to set up camp for the night. But before you do, is there anything that you all would like to have done or conversations you would like to have had during the day of relative uneventfulness?
I think me and B already role-played our
I think I already,
interactions.
Yeah, I already had my interaction with the crag, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right. So
That's basically, yeah.
Vespora and Chungli are definitely not on the balance scale that we have on our character sheets here. They've been going back and forth a little bit. What's the reaction?
Unless we think of them each on one end of the balance, and then it's perfect.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is when we find out they weigh the exact same amount.
That would be awesome.
I mean, that tracks because
Talk about symbolism.
Chungli
Yeah.
has the sand, so he can just
Yeah.
adjust
Sure,
as
yeah,
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lift a leg.
So, but that there's definitely some discord, a little bit between the two of them. How does Somo and Nariyoshi? How are you two reacting to this and feeling about this?
After you.
So I was just like, is this how people act?
Yeah.
Where's the inner peace?
The
How
Spora
has
would,
someone not scolded them yet?
Pile of pieces.
the Spora would
He
definitely
says.
try and tug Somo into it and be like, they agree with me.
What am I agreeing with? What?
Just whatever
See, she
my
doesn't even
argument
know what
is.
she's agreeing with. That makes you a liar.
No,
Oh, what?
she wasn't paying
What?
attention.
What?
That's not
Sorry,
lying.
what? I don't speak liar. What was that? Could you speak that again in a different language?
Yeah, well, if you weren't wearing that stupid thing, maybe you'd be able to hear me.
This is made of my dead parents. It's close.
I don't believe that.
I'm gonna walk away.
And we are all in the same company. I would appreciate it if you would leave my son alone.
Me? He
Yes.
started it.
I do not care who started it. It cannot happen again. We are
Being
doing
that-
something important, and we need to all work together.
Vespora, being the older one, you're obviously mature enough to let go such silly things, right?
Well, yeah, but it's really difficult when someone prods at you all day. Okay, fine.
But you're like a waterbender. You can let the bad energy flow around you without touching
Yeah,
you.
well, I don't like being a waterbender. It's so boring.
I think
You wish to
waterbending
release
is
your
fascinating.
frustrations by borrowing my weapon and smacking a tree or something. That would also be acceptable.
Oh. Oh, that sounds fun.
I'll hand you
Maybe
the
later.
whatever it was called. I don't remember.
You did.
I
It
have it
was
written
a
down.
word.
Kanabo. There we go.
Ooh.
Kanabo.
And
Have
she
you
starts
ever
sort of
handled
like,
a weapon, Vespora?
no, but I'm sure I can figure it out. It can't be that hard. And she's just flailing with this thing.
It's super heavy. So
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
solid
Enjoy.
iron stick.
Okay, she's dragging it along then.
Could I get a? I'll let you choose. You can choose focus or passion for this one, to see how well you're flailing about with this.
Okay,
take a couple steps back.
let's do focus.
Someone was ready to do a little air hop back.
Mixed success. Okay, so you're struggling with this, but you are swinging it around. You feel confident that were there an actual enemy in front of you, you could do some damage. But just as you're starting to get the swing of it, you hit a tree with it, and it gets sort of lodged there, and you're having a bit of a struggle to get it out.
That was a good hit.
Oh, thanks. See, I'm a natural.
If that tree was an opponent, they would be in serious. Here, allow me. There we go.
I need to get one.
We will craft you one when we stay somewhere for a prolonged period of time.
Fantastic.
Have you ever
wait,
traveled this way before?
No, just on the boat.
Have you ever taken any journeys inland anywhere, or even in the Water Nation?
A little bit, but you know, Water Nation, it's all the same.
It cannot all be the same, the landscape. What is different about that place than here?
Well, Grandma wouldn't allow me to go on the really long trips. Just the trade routes.
All right.
Have you ever gone this way, Nariyoshi?
We have traveled a fair amount until we found the village where we settled. I like to keep moving, but eventually I decided that life would be better for Chang if we had a community, that he had other earthbenders around him to teach him, stability. But I like the open road, even though there is not much of a road to speak of.
Where are you from?
I come from another small village near a forest. I did a lot of farming, but I wasn't really good at it.
Where's his mom?
His mother and his birth father are both deceased.
So he's not your...
He is not my blood,
Real.
no.
We don't really have like direct lineage with the air nomads.
What? How?
Like you aren't raised by your parents in the same way that I'm presuming other nations are. Like you might, like you would know them, but we're raised by the monks together.
Oh.
I'll share a look with Explorer. Does she think this is as insane as I do?
Yeah.
It's
So
That
they
sounds
just...
interesting.
It's a community. Everyone's taken care of together. We're all equal.
So weird.
So,
Do you not have a family unit?
Yeah, like, who do you, like, live with?
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, I'd live with the other disciples my age. I was kind of the oldest. I was taking care of a bunch of younger ones, and we were all looked over by the monks.
While
Strange.
you're having that conversation, and presumably probably setting up camp and whatnot while you're talking, Chungli, you said you had walked off.
Mhm.
So the area around the trail here and the little clearing that you've chosen for a camp is pretty foresty. There's a lot of trees. It's not
Okay.
too thick, but like you can see a fair ways through the trees. But it is pretty foresty, and as you're walking along, you can see a little bit of light flickering in the distance that you couldn't quite make out from the road, but now that you've gone past a few of the trees, you can see it. It looks like a campfire or maybe a torch. But yeah, it's just sort of off in the distance. What do you do?
One quick question. It's something that that would make sense given want to double check. Would Chungli and Noriyoshi have anything to like signal stuff like that? Like I don't want to alert things, but I want to let you know that there's something weird. We have like a particular bird call or something like that we do.
Sure.
Okay. Well, he's going to do that about the campfire, and then at least for a little bit, if the ground is hard enough, he's going to make one of those little earth tents so that no one can see in, and he's going to take off and clean his mask.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that for sure.
So
you were able to do so, and I mean, it's a little obvious that there's
a little tent, yeah.
Yeah. But aside from like that, like nobody can see inside of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that nobody's seeing inside because he doesn't want anyone to see his face without the mask.
Okay. So
I'll, like, gesture to the other two that this is a toilet. That's what he's doing in there. So they're not like, what is this? What is going on?" It's a toilet.
So Nariyoshi, what do you do about the signal that something's up?
That sound you just heard is a signal from Chung that something is close.
Do you think it's Fire Nation? They couldn't have gotten on our trail that fast, could they?
Probably not, but there could be others. Why don't the two of you hide and I will go see what it is? Yes?
Okay.
Can you stay put this time?
Hey, we got the scroll back.
If you had asked there. Doesn't matter. Stay put this time. And I'll walk off.
Okay.
Does he realize that, like, condescending to us just makes us want to not listen to his orders?
Don't think he does.
All
Well,
right.
Are we supposed to put away the camp or keep it?
Let's just go behind these trees. No, he didn't specify. And I want to see. And she's sort of hiding behind a tree, but like
Perfect.
peering out.
You are relatively well hidden, but it is, the level of hidden that you would expect for, a young teenager with their head poking around a tree.
Exactly. So big head
Someone-
poking out.
We'll air hop into the top of a tree.
Perfect. You are somewhat more hidden. But the two of you can kind of see what's going on. There is a bunch of trees in the way. So it's almost like when you're at a big theater and, there's somebody sitting in front of you and you kind of have to keep, moving to the left and the right to see around their head. Sort of like that, but with trees. And Nariyoshi, as you head over to check it out, you, of course, come across Chungli's little earth tent. And you also can see in the distance that little flickering looks like it might be a campfire or a torch. But there's too many trees and bushes in the way to kind of see more than that from where you are.
But it's one light, right?
Yeah, it appears to be.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there's multiple campfires or torches or whatever this light is, but it is flickering like fire.
No. I will assume that a Fire Nation squad would have more than one fire, right? At the last site, they had a bunch of them.
Actually, at the last site, they just had one really big one in the middle of the camp.
Okay. So it's not more than one squad. Can I judge the size of this fire?
Yes, it looks like it does not look like a large bonfire. It looks like a simple campfire level of light.
All right. I'll go back.
When you get back to the camp that's been mostly set up, the kids are not there. Could I get a focus roll? Or
See
any
if I can spot them.
Yeah, or any perception related moves that you might have.
Lost. I have the thing. There it is.
Mixed success. So you are able to spot, a little corner of a blue robe or pants leg or something like that sticking out from behind a tree.
You are well hidden.
No sign of Somo though.
I will assume they're close. They are still very far away. It doesn't look like it's very many of them, so it's probably just some travelers like us. No reason to be concerned yet.
So we can come out?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Thank you for hiding.
We'll do one of those flips out of the tree.
Love that.
Show off.
I'm sorry, this is just the way that I'm used to moving. I wasn't trying to. It's terribly improper to show off.
It's okay. It's just forget it.
Is Cheng okay?
He should be. He's going to the bathroom.
He's been gone a while.
Sometimes it takes a while.
Maybe he has to poop.
I
Is it
try to let
true?
him be
Is it
alone
true?
if he needs to.
Is it true what he said about the mass?
Yes. It was
Ah.
all we could recover.
Well, I didn't know.
It is okay. It's been quite a while.
You could apologize when he comes back.
Yeah, but he was mean to me first.
That doesn't mean that you weren't wrong.
Why is everything my fault?
It's not. It's just
Why am I the bad guy?
you're not. It's a flow of energy. If you give positive can come back to you.
It is like forgiveness is a gift you give yourself.
You sound like a greetings card.
What's a greetings card?
No
You know,
idea.
you send a letter and God, no one knows anything over here. And she marches off to the tent thing.
To Chung Lee's
Yeah.
Earth. Okay.
She stands there, shuffles, kicks the ground. I'm sorry.
Okay, you don't know. I'm sorry too, I was being a dick.
Yeah, you kind of were. Truce.
Sure, whatever.
Cool.
Harmony.
Close enough to harmony.
Vespora, just as a note, since you are over there now, you can also
Mhm.
now see the flickering light off in the distance.
Okay.
That is not. There's no subtext there of like you should really go check this out.
Yeah,
it's just
I
to
can see
note
it.
that you can also see it now.
She's gonna try and peer at it.
Make a focus roll. See if you can notice something since you are actively inspecting it. Mixed success. Yeah, you can definitely tell that that's a campfire light for sure. It looks
Hey,
like
bees.
it looks like it's
On fire. How
about the size
unpleasant.
about the size of a single campfire like you'd have for maybe one or two people. You can't see any people through the bushes and things, but you can definitely get a better idea of like, okay, that's a small campfire. There's probably a small camp right there. If you had to guess, maybe one or two people. Do you head back to camp or hang out there or go get into trouble?
She'll head back to camp.
All right. While the three of you... Oh,
It's
go
really
ahead.
hard not singing the trouble theme from that ad for the board game.
Oh. Yeah.
It's fun
fair.
getting into trouble.
Oh, it's true. So nightfall's starting to happen. It's getting darker. The sun's starting to go down. Chongli, how long do you stay in the tent, or do you stay there?
Actually, I think as soon as I feel Vespora leave, he's gonna put the mask on and shatter the tent.
Okay. You are absolutely able to do so. And yeah, you are same spot in the woods. Nothing's changed with the fire off in the distance.
I'm guessing the ground's not soft. The ground's too soft, and it's too far to actually like sense anything. Anything earthbending wise.
You can try. It's gonna be difficult because there are definitely a lot of tree roots and things like that in the way. So I'm gonna say at a -1.
Okay.
Environmental modifier.
Okay. And which one do we roll for that
Oh,
one?
right. Sorry. Let's go with harmony for this one,
Okay.
or any applicable move that you might have for your playbook.
Unless I'm directly unless I'm in an actual fight with them, none of mine actually apply. So,
Okay.
if I could declare combat, if I could decide to fist fight them from resistance, then it all applies.
I mean, you absolutely can decide that you're going to fight whatever is over there before you do this, and then, but that means you're committed to fighting whatever is over there.
That is true. That is true.
So it's
I don't
up to
wanna be
you.
all that.
Oh no.
Well,
So
Oof.
that is that's a fail.
of course, I didn't actually get to see it because my cat was trying to headbutt my hand.
Oh.
Aw.
So it's a 6, so it's a failed roll. So yeah, you try to do that. You're really not able to sense anything. And perhaps that's frustrating, and so you lose your control on it a little bit. Or, maybe you're still feeling, kind of some negative energy from your previous interactions that day. Whatever the case is.
I'm just gonna kick a bunch of sand at the tree.
That works. But
Just sandblast the hell out of it.
yeah, that works. It also makes the ground shake just a little bit. And then you hear a voice from over where the campfire is.
Our campfire?
No, the other one.
Uh-oh.
And it's a masculine sounding voice. Sounds a little bit, maybe a little bit older than your party.
Yeah.
How old is Nariyoshi again?
Wasn't he like 37 or something?
Yeah.
Late
Okay.
30s.
So like,
Something like that.
older
Oh
than.
wait, that's Lev.
Oh yeah. So older sounding than like say Nariyoshi.
Okay.
And this voice just calls up. Is someone there?
Shit.
Yell
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna run back to camp.
That was not what I was expecting. That was amazing.
Is anyone in there? No one's home.
No one's home, no one's there.
This is
Don't
my
ever
first
hear.
episode on this channel is Elizabeth.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. It was amazing. So yeah, the response is a pause, and then I've never heard no one there reply back to me. So, and at that point, you're probably running off. So you can choose
Yeah.
to reply or just keep running.
Yeah, I'm not gonna reply. I've realized how colossally I've screwed up already. Like I don't need to be yelled at again.
It's fair.
Be double yelled at.
Yeah. So you get back to your camp. A little
John,
winded.
you have returned. Look, I am making your favorite meal from when we used to go traveling.
That is fantastic. It makes me feel even worse about what I'm about to say.
Oh,
You know the thing that I warned against? I was trying to do a thing and it didn't work, and then they heard it, and then they said, "Was anybody there?" And I said no, and then ran.
All right. Did they sound aggressive?
They sound more confused.
Esper is trying really hard not to say something rude.
Did it seem like there were more than one person?
It just sounded like one old dude.
Well, they know we are here.
By proper standards, not just when I say the year old, because it's funny.
It is fine.
Yeah.
We should probably just go and speak to them now, or things will be strange.
Yeah. Let's. I'll go do that.
Let us bring this man some food as a show of friendship. What do you all think?
Good idea. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Food makes everything better.
Hmm?
Let's go with that.
People like food.
All right.
Then we shall go. I'll make sure the fire's contained. You know,
Yeah.
got to be careful with forest fires.
Mhm.
I'll
So
put them rocks around it.
yeah,
Yeah. You between having 3 different kinds of benders, definitely easy to keep that fire contained and set up a system to keep it contained. So no worries there. And you are able to build, the fire pit really well. So with all 4 of you, no risk of forest fire. It's been a relatively wet season as well, so there's very little chance of something catching on fire accidentally.
We could become professional fire makers. Fire pit makers.
That's
2 different things.
I meant the second one. I meant the second one.
Professional pyromaniac.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
pay me,
get
I
it.
burn down your house.
Now you can build a new house.
Now I'm just picturing the bear from Bossing Say, like the only just bear with
Yeah.
the Smokey the Bear hat on.
Yeah.
And
Bonzo? I think it was Bonzo or something.
everything else has left my brain. 1 second.
Yeah.
All I can see is that bear with the Smokey the Bear hat on. Oh, okay, this is where we were going with it. So you get the food, and you're able
Don't
to
worry,
go
I
over there.
can
They'll
always
probably
make
arrive by
more.
that point.
They don't seem to be venturing away from their camp. As you get closer to the light, you can see a head sort of poking up over the bushes, looking around, trying to see if someone's there. But yeah, it's somewhat older than your party. Masculine-looking person. Looks very concerned. Definitely is not a soldier or a fighter. Doesn't look frail, but doesn't really look like he'd do well in a fight either. And he spots you as you're approaching, and he looks a little frightened. Not like I'm gonna go run away, but like, oh, that's a lot
I'm
of
holding
people.
a pot of food in front of me.
Yeah.
I hope he understands the
He,
general vibe.
he gets it after a second. He's like, hello.
Hello
or-
there. Yes, my son told me that we were camping close to you. We thought we'd come and introduce ourselves.
Oh, I see. But I guess that's that's okay. To come by the fire and we can talk. And as you get closer, you can see there's just a very simple tent. Let me get a focus roll from anybody that would like to make one.
I'm gonna use suspicious mind.
Domo is
Oh,
not
yeah.
nearly suspicious enough for this.
Okay.
Did mine roll?
I don't think so.
Oh. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Haha! I know nothing.
Okay.
Hi!
So yeah, Vesvora, you are let's say very excited to meet a new person, and that is what you are preoccupied with. And then
Oh, is it just delaying rolls?
Oh, it delayed,
might
but we'll
be-
take the first one.
Mm.
We'll take the first one. It delayed.
all right, it might be lagging, yeah. So what does suspicious mind do again?
When I observe a person carefully to figure them out, which is what I'm doing, I make a roll, and then I get to hold one and spend it to get a question answered, which I'm not doing yet because I don't know what to ask out
Okay.
of this little line.
Perfect. So what I will tell you all, because it looks like everybody got mixed successes. So I'm going to give you some of the information that's available, and just not all of it. There's really no consequence here that you have to worry about. So as you're looking at the camp, it's very simple. The tent looks a little odd. You can tell that there was some sort of embroidery or maybe like patches or another fabric that was, sewn on in a design that you can almost make out, but not quite. You're really not sure what it was. But there's obvious spots where like there's some threads sticking out or some thread holes where something had been sewn on. And the color of the tent is a very muddy green. So whereas most tents in the area are the classic Earthbender or Earth Nation green, this one looks kind of like that, but it's a very muddied color. His clothing is a little bit threadbare and worn. Certainly not an outfit that you would want to go do a lot of traveling in. So he seems to be, kind of down on his luck, or something like that. So you're able to take all that in very quickly. But he invites you to sit down, and he goes over.
Let me pour you a bowl.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me just get you something to sit on. And he walks over to the edge of the camp where there's some kind of big logs that have been piled up, and he pulls a couple over so everybody has something to sit on.
That is
Are
very kind of
you-
you, friend.
Traveling
am-
all alone?
Oh, yes, I've been traveling by myself for a while now. Just passing through. Thank you for the food. That's very kind of you.
You are welcome. I am Ito Nariyoshi. This is my son, Chang, and his friends Somo and Vespora. You are?
Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a good name for this character. I didn't think about a name.
That is such a mood.
Yeah. I thought he was being shifty for a minute.
It's like every time you were like, "What's the name of this town that we're in?" And I'm like,
Townsville.
"Town."
The city of Townsville.
That's
Still better than
me.
Craig.
Yeah, that's
Kregistan.
me when I play a bard. I'm like, I have forgotten every song that ever existed. There is no songs. They don't exist.
When I play my bard, I'm actually good at coming up with names, but only then.
Let's go with Bato.
Bato.
I mean, just call me Bato. Are you all traveling?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
thing.
We're taking quite a long journey.
Yeah.
Have you come from that direction? And I'll point to where we're going.
Yeah, he looks and he's like, in a way, a little. I've been taking a bit of a scenic route, you could say. I've been enjoying, the scenery of this part of the Earth Kingdom. And Nariyoshi, with you have your suspicious mind. You're paying close attention. He seems to be paying a lot of attention to you, in particular, in a little bit of a nervous way.
Okay, I'll use the hold now to check. Is he nervous because he's figured out I'm Fire Nation?
Not figured out, but suspects.
Ooh.
Can I do the little see with earth bending thing now that we're actually close to see if it really is just him?
Sure. Let's do harmony with that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna fall over and wander. I'm just gonna wander into the woods in shame.
You do have an advantage if you'd like to use it.
Seems like a small thing to use an advantage for, but it's also like the most possible failure I've ever had. I mean,
You will get the failure reward this session.
yay!
Yeah.
Fantastic. You know what? I'm just gonna let it stand.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let it stand.
As you try to sense what's going on, it's just something about this forest. It's really throwing you off your game. When you try to bend, there's so many tree roots running through the ground, that it is just difficult to keep a hold on where the earth is going for some reason. It's very confusing to you, because you've not really had this problem before. But unfortunately, what happens is the ground underneath the fire sort of loosens, and the fire pit just sort of sinks down into the ground, and is now just a pile of embers, and it's suddenly very dark. The man, thankfully, is mostly done with his bowl of soup. He jumps up, and there's only a little bit spilled because it's not full. He's like, "Oh, what just happened? Who's there?"
Random sinkhole. Then I'm gonna go hide behind Nariyoshi.
This is really not the time to practice your earthbending, but I am sorry for my son, sir.
Oh, a bender, huh?
Yes, I don't know if you have ever tried to raise a bender, but it is quite the challenge.
Oh, once upon a time, yes, that's true. Benders can be a handful when they're that age. It's all right. I'll just throw some more leaves on the fire here.
This forest
should
is pulling
apologize to this
faces
man,
like
though.
this, like, really? Well.
And it doesn't take very long to get the fire
would you
going
like to
again.
apologize to this nice gentleman for what you have done?
Sorry, I was trying to see. I didn't do it right. I'm sorry.
You're trying to see.
It's a trick that it's a thing. It's a thing you can do if you're really good, and apparently I'm not.
Oh, that's interesting. I've not heard of that before. Well,
Apparently only little old ladies know how to do it. So
it's like, well, you keep up your practicing. I'm sure you'll get it. Just perhaps not next to the campfire.
yeah, I can try that. To not do that.
There will be plenty of opportunity to practice while we're on the road. Where are you headed?
Well, I was heading, and he sort of pauses and like he's gonna say a destination, and then seems to, like maybe he forgot the name of it or realized he wasn't as certain anymore, but there's just this confused pause. I'm traveling that direction, and he points to kind of where you've come from.
Where we're from?
Yes.
If you are traveling to insert name of village here, you should be aware that there's a Fire Nation patrol there.
Fire Nation?
Mm.
Yeah.
They are causing trouble. I hope they have left by now, but I figured it would be best to warn you regardless.
Is concerning.
That's not why we're
Boulder
leaving.
Every day.
Perhaps the other direction would be a better way to travel.
If you would like to travel with us.
I've always liked that direction. It's a good direction.
Mm.
Big fan of West.
Yeah, totally the coolest way to go.
I see.
And she would
I've
know.
heard that. And
Just have her, just ask her about it. She would definitely know. She'll tell you at length.
Yeah, like totally. I'm just, we should let other people speak, So yeah.
and
Oh look, I'll go get some more firewood.
at this interaction, Bato looks over at you, Nariyoshi, in the look that only like one parent can give to someone else who is also a parent, and just in that brief moment, there's an ocean of understanding and empathy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow after Vespora so she doesn't kill us all somehow.
It's
All right.
firewood.
So
Oh, look, here's a bunch of firewood that the beavers have collected. I'll just take all of this.
Oh look, another
I'm a-
50-foot tall moose beavers.
I'm a waterbender. If I broke a dam, it would be okay.
oh, goodness.
Unless it's angry moose beavers.
So, while Vespora and Chung Li are off collecting firewood from moose beavers,
A mover.
Bato asks, well, where are you all traveling? What's your...
We're going
dear.
camping.
We are.
Nice.
Yes.
They were getting firewood.
Yeah, that's part of camping, Somo.
Yes, I can see you're camping. This seems an odd place to go camping. Is there a particular venue or location that you're trying to camp in?
We're going to visit quite a few sites, but eventually we hope to explore much of the Earth Kingdom. We are traveling in the same direction. Perhaps you would like to travel with us for a while until our paths grow apart.
I thought that he just came from the direction we were going.
And he has changed his mind, though. Yeah, if he wants to go back. Is there anything we should be aware of on the road there?
There's been some bandits here and there that I've managed to avoid, but I've talked to other travelers who were not as fortunate. And you seem to be. You mentioned Fire Nation soldiers, and you were wanting to get away from them. Yes.
Oh,
As
no,
most people would.
totally unrelated.
Yeah, we just saw them, but like we had nothing to do with them. Nothing.
We're going to go find. I got separated from my family, so they're helping me find them.
And camping.
You have to camp.
Let's
You
go
can't-
get
you
some
can't-
firewood.
can't
We need
walk
to
at
go
night,
get
yes,
some
Bora.
firewood there.
Firewood.
You find that
Gotcha.
tree, I'll knock it down and you do something to make it firewood.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
that.
friend. I think they are nervous to meet a stranger.
He's chuckling at this point.
I think they think you may be a bandit yourself.
A bandit. That's funny. Yes. No, definitely. Certainly not a bandit.
Chris, I just
No one
have
is
this
bandit
gun!
on their own.
Give me all your money.
I think there is safety in numbers. Perhaps it would be a good idea to travel together when the sun rises.
Hmm. What's my take on this dude after a longer conversation?
He's definitely nervous about something, certainly hiding something. But doesn't seem, at least immediately, to be a threat to you or your party.
Yeah.
But he's definitely
Alright.
not telling you everything, and you can get a good sense of that.
He's
We're
not a
telling
danger.
him everything.
Okay, well, that's-
Yeah.
Does he have any weapons on him at all?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
And
Oh, I'll ask him. You wouldn't happen to be an earthbender yourself, would you? Perhaps you could give my son some pointers.
oh no, I'm afraid that that ability is beyond me.
Mm. Same.
Me too. I'm very jealous of Vespora and Chang.
Can I get a creativity roll for Somo?
No!
Because that is just a bald-faced lie from somebody who's not good at lying.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay. No. I'm going to use my move, Bonzu Pippin Padlock Scalopolis the third.
All right, what does that do again?
Also, would that not just be a trick roll?
A trick roll?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there is
There
a,
is
a
a
thing
trick
for
roll.
that. So that would.
Which is creativity, so it's the same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah. So when I trick an NPC, by assuming a silly disguise or fake identity, mark foolish to treat your roll as if it was a 12 plus.
Oh, nice. So you just like auto succeed then, essentially?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
auto succeed. I'm immediately foolish though because like I'm about to make a fool of myself.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, he just laughs. Is like, oh, I.
Like he might start to because they fail at the lie, and he might start to look suspicious. And someone's like, "Yeah, I've always wanted to try it," and when I was younger, and I had a younger brother who could totally earthbend, but I could never do it, and they just start doing the dumbest attempt to do earthbending moves
He
and
just
fall over.
he takes a few steps over and offers you a hand to help you up. Well, he's chuckling, but it's a kind sort of chuckle, like, oh, bless your heart, not a mean one. So he offers you a hand to help pull you up.
Thanks. Bye.
As you take his hand, it feels very rough and calloused, and you do happen to notice there are some various burn marks along his arm.
Ooh.
And yeah, he helps you up and pats you on the back. He's like, "Oh, I understand. Don't let it get you down. There's plenty to be done by non-benders."
Thanks. Like, tug at their scroll thing.
Make benders feeling better about being benders. It's really important.
Yeah, and so he sort of asks if you want to move your stuff over here to his camp, or he can come over to your camp. Whichever one
We've got
you'd
a
like
fire.
to do.
I mean, our fire's still good, so.
Yes, I was starting to get this thing going again, but Tomo is right. It would be much easier to simply move you over to our camp.
Over the next little bit, he breaks down his tent and gathers his belongings and moves it over to yours.
Yoshi, we're just gonna let this stranger join us.
It is an easy way to keep an eye on him, and he helps our cover.
What? You sure?
Because they're not looking for 3 teenagers and 2 old dudes.
Yeah, because
It's all the difference, trust me.
Mhm.
All the difference.
yeah, well,
Looking for
they
4
didn't
people,
even
not
see me,
5.
so
Except for all the direct talking you did to them.
Oh, goodness.
If you do you not trust this man, Vespora?
he seems shifty. Don't you
He
think?
does a
I
little,
thought
yes.
he seems nice.
Yeah, but you're just asking him to join us. My grandma said, always trust your gut. Always.
Well, perhaps you should.
And my
keep an
gut
eye
is
on him.
saying, mm-mm.
That is, for me, all the more reason to keep him close and appear friendly.
But what if he does something in the night while we're sleeping?
Well, if you volunteer to stay awake and keep an eye on him.
What is that?
I don't think he will do anything. He does not seem that kind of type.
Make you a little stone tent if you're really scared.
Well, I didn't say scared, but that would be nice.
I expected that conversation to go, but okay.
You're absolutely able to make a stone tent for Vespora, and while you're quietly talking amongst yourselves, Bato has gathered his things and brought them over, and has pulled out a stringed instrument, bit like a lute or a travel guitar.
He's got loot. He is a bandit.
Or a
Or a
mob.
mob.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, that's great. And he's tuning it, and he just starts singing a little song. Not quite the best pitch. He's
It's the guy with the guitar at parties.
yeah,
He's
Anyway,
playing
here's-
Wonderwall.
Yeah.
yeah, he's playing it, and like his singing is not terrible, but it's not the best. But he's very much enjoying it, and that joy of playing and singing definitely comes through. And he
I
does
was delighted.
awesome. He doesn't make a big show of it, and it's some little song
innocent.
that I don't think any of you have really ever heard before. Nariyoshi. Would I get? Let's see. Looking at the different moves, see which one will work. Let's do assess the situation. See if you notice something.
Okay. A hit with missed success.
So with the mixed success, as you're listening to it, it sounds a little bit familiar, but only to you. And like some of the words are different than what you remember, and the tune is a little bit off. But you're pretty sure that you've heard this in your childhood from somewhere, or at least something very similar to this one.
Could just be a song that travels the world.
It's not Secret Tunnel.
Oh.
What are the words that he's singing? What is this song that he's made up about? Because if he's changed the words, that he's changed them to something, and what he's changed them to will tell me something about who he is.
That's very clever. So yeah, it's not Secret Tunnel, but it is about two lovers, and sort of their journey. And it does mention, sort of the landscape and locations that they traveled to. And yeah, that the city and village names that he puts in there don't quite rhyme with the rest of the song. So it's, if you're paying close attention and you've heard the original song, you can definitely be like, oh, they've changed this to fit, a different situation or, a different location. So that's the main thing that you notice. And the names of the lovers definitely don't sound like Earth Nation names. They sound a bit like Fire Nation names, actually. And yeah, he's just not really putting on a performance or anything. It's very clear he just enjoys doing this for himself, and so that's what he's doing.
Okay, so he's the old man on the porch playing, not the guy at the party.
Yeah, that's a better analogy there. Yeah.
Do some old country song.
Yeah.
Somebody get a harmonica out.
Can I make a
My
harmonica?
truck went to heaven.
And now it's on fire.
Oh my god. So
This is why I don't write music.
is there anything else that you all would like to do over the evening?
I want to do some practice, particularly since I've just screwed up so much in the last few hours. I'll try and make sure I can work the kinks out, do some basic earth bending stuff, all the stuff Crack taught me.
Okay. Yeah, you
Go
take
through my full routine.
you take some time to work on your fundamentals, and on your next roll that you use earthbending on, you'll have a +1.
Sweet. That's any roll. I'm going to use every roll is earthbending roll for Chang. Either it's earthbending or I don't make it. I will just auto fail.
Sure.
I'm an earthbender. It's all I do.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah,
It's my whole identity.
See,
that's I'm trying to
part
remember
where this turns into a subtle psychosocial game.
I'm trying to remember the terminology for it in the system. It's +1 forward, I think.
Forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, versus a +1 ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
+1 forward. For bending rolls. And then, does anybody stay awake to watch your new friend or anything like that, or do you just all go to sleep?
Tomo is too naive for this.
Vespora is nervous, but she just goes and hides in the stone tent.
All right.
It's going to depend on entirely what Naryoshi suggests to John. With this sort of stuff, he defaults.
I will take you aside for a second, like I come to check on you. I'll say, how are you doing?
Better than before. My mind wandered, I guess. Sports
They
really
are
annoying.
good people. Do not let them get to you. I'll tell you this, traveling with them makes me happy that I am only caring for you and not them. And I'll give you a little hug.
I can't understand that. I'll get back.
Excuse me.
You can't hear. You're in a stone tent.
I know. I am reacting as me, not as Vespora.
Vespora needs a very special guardian like Nanya to handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to the time when he just collapses it in the morning. To wake her.
Oh my god.
Oh, if you do that.
Oh yeah, no, it's war, but it's definitely on the table. Yes.
Yep. I definitely see Chung being awoken with water in the face, the next day.
Oh yeah.
All your socks are wet.
Why is my
Enjoy.
face frozen?
Yeah.
That would suck. But I think I'll also tell him, like, new friend, Bato. I think he might be like me, a fugitive from the Fire Nation.
So how do you want to play this out?
He doesn't seem dangerous to me,
Okay.
but it's something to be aware of anyway.
Do we want to like take turns staying up a little later, or?
I don't get a bad feeling. I don't think he will do anything in the night.
Okay. Should I put together?
I don't want to hold on to too much distrust, Those
Okay,
sorts
do
of
you wanna-
feelings poison you.
Do you want a little stone tent tonight, or?
No, I like the
Okay.
stars.
Okay, I know. I just wanted to give you. the
Thank
option.
you. Not bad.
Oh,
I can make myself a little stone tent, and I'm gonna give a little hole so I can also look at the stars.
nice.
Oh.
All right then. So the evening passes relatively uneventful. Bato snores loudly. So for any light sleepers, that might be a little bit of an issue.
Oh yeah, so you can definitely hear like groaning and sighing from this person.
Chang, dead asleep.
Perfect.
Someone's like leaned up against a tree with their little pet. I have a name in my head, but I don't know if Somo has named them yet.
Okay. Yeah, and then the morning, comes along, and just as you are all in various states of stirring from your sleep, nobody's really up yet or making, food or anything like that. There is a very loud snap of a branch on the ground, as if somebody stepped on it and broke it. And that's where we'll take a break.
Oh,
What?
Dun,
Dun dun dun!
So we'll be back in
No
about...
one breaks branches in my presence.
We'll be back in 15 minutes. Go grab snacks, drinks, whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back. right, we are back. There we go. So, as was mentioned before the break, as you're all stirring, if you haven't stirred already, you definitely will now, because there is a loud snapping sound of a branch breaking, as if someone had stepped on one. What is just about like 5 seconds here before something else is going to happen. So what's your immediate reaction in that like 5 second period?
Gonna shatter my wrist hand to jump up.
A loud groan, like 5 more minutes.
I'm also gonna break her earth tent.
What on
This
top
is
of
danger.
me?
It turns it into like small rocks and dirt.
It'll break
Made of
out.
dirt.
Is it gonna break on top of me or around me?
I see no functional difference between those two things.
Wait, what happens?
Okay.
I need to know.
I shatter the
Pick
earth
one.
tent.
Okay, so Vespora, there's no more tent. You are covered in loose dirt. Chongli,
Very loud. Ugh! That I'm annoyed.
Chongli, you said you collapsed yours as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I burst out of mine and then shattered hers.
Okay.
Like it's the or with like a kick thing or a stamp.
Somo, who has been on the run for a bit, instinctively ducked, like rolls into a bush
Okay.
while grabbing their
Okay.
Little buddy.
flight baton.
Okay. Somo, that's gonna create some interesting scenarios there. We'll get back to that in 1 second. Daryoshi,
Oh,
what did you say you were doing?
Grab weapon, get up. Like, I'm making to attack whatever is causing the noise.
Okay. So, all right. So, Bato is also leaping up out of his tent. And Nariyoshi, for just a second, you notice the stance he's taking looks very familiar. You've
He
seen
probably noticed it's the same for me, because I'm not like pretending it now. Now I'm ready for a fight. So
but like
just imagining the Spider-Man pointing at each other.
exactly, and it gets it.
so,
Yeah.
but specifically, like it's not just a Fire Nation fighting stance, but like a fire bending stance that you've seen.
Mm.
So he goes into that and then like sort of catches himself and relaxes a little bit so it doesn't quite look as obvious. So that happens, and then Somo, let's do a let's do a rely on your skills and training roll to just see how well you get into this bush.
Into the bush. Success.
Nice.
Somo is like
Ooh.
used to this.
Yeah, so you are very well hidden inside of this, well, let's call it like a large, like raspberry bush or something like that. I don't think raspberry bushes have thorns. I don't think. Something
No, I
like
don't
that
think-
that's not thorny but has edible berries on it.
Ooh, bears.
Yeah. And because you had a full success on that, you can see there are people in the woods moving around, and you were very happy that you successfully judged the distance into the bush, because had you overshot, you would have been at their feet. So that sort of happens in that roughly 5 or 6 second time period. Oh, sorry, I gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
Ow.
I failed to bless you.
It's okay.
Curses.
Ugh. It was one of those sneezes where you sneeze so hard, like, you feel it in your ears. It was weird.
Oof.
Oof.
You feel it in your toes.
So, after that, about 5 or 6 seconds, you can all hear a, "Hey, be quiet! They're gonna hear you! Tell me to be quiet, you be quiet! I'm the one that spotted the fire." Like, what does spotting the fire have to do with being quiet? And then you hear a third voice going, "Would you two shut up? They're gonna hear us!"
I am gonna connect with Bato that we both understand that these are the bandits.
Yes.
And then I'll make to go fight.
Okay. He nods to you in agreement. And then yeah, you're able to run into the woods, and you can see there are 5 bandits of varying shapes and sizes. They all have some sort of weapon. Most of them have like little daggers. There's one really big guy that looks like he could probably go toe to toe with the Crag, just in terms of like bulk. With a giant club. Looks like it was probably at one point a tree trunk. Not like a big tree trunk, but like, you know, a club-sized trunk of a tree. There's still some like roots hanging down at the bottom of it. And they're probably roughly between 12 and 20 feet apart from each other, spaced out in a semicircle. So that's what you see. You sort of have the element of surprise here because they think you're still sleeping because they haven't really heard anything.
These are terrible bandits.
They're not very good at what they do. What do you want to do as you leap into action?
I'm going to be stealthy for the first bit until I think I'm close enough to be able to charge him and hit without him having enough time to react, at least properly. And then I'm just going to run up and try to hit his legs out from under him and then smack him on the back as he goes down. That's
All
the
right.
plan.
Let's do Watch a Foe for the first part, which is under Evade and Observe. Just sort of stealth up and wait for your opportunity to strike.
I'm trying to advance an attack.
Yes.
Okay.
So this will be the advance part, and then I'll have you roll strike for the attack.
Okay,
The
so
system is
first,
such a
you want me to roll first a watch a foe and then strike?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's a series of actions there. So I want to see if
Okay.
you're successful at being stealthily approaching. No. So you're trying to be stealthy in your approach, but it really just ends up being more of a charge through the bushes, which has a different effect than what you were going for, but an equally effective one. Because now instead of being, completely unaware, he is intimidated because suddenly someone charging at him with a weapon that he wasn't expecting. So go ahead and roll your strike. Excuse me.
Ooh,
Nice.
full success. That dude is down.
Yay.
Yeah, you are able to. Yeah, definitely. The effect that you're going for happens. Go ahead and describe again, like how you take this person out of the
I'm gonna
fight.
run up. I'm gonna sort of drag the giant club behind me, and as I get almost next to him, I'll whip it forward. I'll smash his legs out from under him. Those are probably broken now. And as he topples, I'm gonna hit him on the back so he crashes into the ground super hard.
Yeah,
And then I'll just look to the next guy, confident that this one is done.
yeah. That person's definitely out of the fight. You have successfully, made them unable to keep fighting. So they're sort of rolling on the ground, groaning and moaning. And you hear one of the others be like, "What the hell just happened? Like, they just took out." I am terrible at coming up with band
Carl.
names. Carl, sure. There's lots of people named Carl in the Earth
Indeed,
Kingdom.
indeed, yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
From the ground, he says.
Popular. It was a
"Name is
popular name
Earl."
about 4 years ago. It was so popular.
Yeah.
The last one was a Fire Nation, so it's making the rounds.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
It's just a universal name, yeah. So that's Nariyoshi's turn. Let's go to Chung next. Chung.
I'm going to charge after, and can I do an assess the situation and also attack?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do the assess the situation, but I'm going to use my punch where it matters thing. Basically, with the assess the situation, even if I lose, I still get to ask who.
Awesome.
Yeah. But it says I can ask who, what, or what is most vulnerable to me, even if I miss. But I can just looks like I could get that as a freebie, or even if I don't. Yeah. Even if I don't get any, I can still ask that one.
Well, you got a full success. You've got 2 questions that you can ask.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Do they look competent? Like, do they look like they're doing this, or?
Not especially. No. There's one or
Okay.
2 of them that look like they're probably the average bandits of the group.
Mhm.
The rest of them look like they're really bad at this and probably have only picked on, like, old merchants and, candy from children and things like that.
Okay. I do have one quick question. It's a mechanical one. I have the +1 floating for an earthbending thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the punch where it matters, if I for my next question, if I ask who or what is the most vulnerable, I get a +1. Do those add together, or does you can only use one or the other?
No, we can add them together.
Okay, yeah. Then that's what I'm going to ask. Like, who's most vulnerable to me? Like, just wailing on him.
So, as you're facing this semicircle of group of bandits,
Mhm.
the really, really bulky guy is off to the far right. Nariyoshi is to the far left, took out one. The 2 most competent ones look like they're in the middle. And then there's one who looks like their jaws still dropped, and they're just staring in horror at Nariyoshi and their bandit buddy Carl, who just is now on the ground. They are distracted. They are vulnerable to you.
Okay. I think what I want to do as an attack is I want to basically either knock them up and then drop, like have like a pillar come up and then just immediately drop it back to where it's supposed to be, or shoot like a kind of one of those rock spire things from the back to knock. I'm trying to, even if I don't like really whale them up, I want to throw them really off balance.
Okay, yeah.
Particularly since Nariyoshi's just right there.
Let's do.
I know I normally attack with passion.
Yeah, so let's just do a passion roll for that one
Sweet.
with +2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You absolutely succeed. Go ahead and describe for us what happens to this poor bandit.
Okay. Like he's like standing there. He's looking. Suddenly, the earth in front of him drops down, but it sort of like seesaws the earth behind him. So basically, he's just sort of like thrown forward. He's like the back comes up, and then he's knocked down, so he's tripped, and sort of like he's knocked, like flipped over and flat on his back.
Okay. Yeah. Excuse me. Because you had such a high success, I'm going to say that happens. And in addition, while he's rolling, he smacks his head into a tree, and is, seeing the cartoon, birds and stuff flying around his head. He's definitely down for the count for now.
Say that he got knocked down but won't be up again.
That is correct. You, in fact, can keep him down.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
the next part.
Listen to
I'm
the
just gonna
song.
like.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Build a little earth tent around him. I have a lot of experience with this.
Vespora.
Okay.
We're gonna go to you next.
She's going to scramble up. So she's standing. Any one of these bandits close to her or close-ish?
If you leave your tent and run towards where Nariyoshi and Chang had gone in, then you'll be able to see there are two relatively competent-looking bandits in front of you. Two to your left that are down, and then to the right is just a beast of a man with a tree practically in his hands.
Okay. Let's try for big boy.
Okay.
I'm guessing somewhere around our campfire will be like a canister of water. We would have had water.
Yeah, there's.
Did Nanya not give you a buckskin?
She did, but I'm thinking if I've drunk it or, you know.
Yeah,
I
there's
shall grab
there's
the
water around. There's
Yeah.
streams and stuff that you've probably refilled it if you've drank some of the
Good.
water.
So, she's going to open it, splash the big guy with water, and then try and freeze it.
Okay. Feel free to use any playbook moves that you have for that. Otherwise,
Do not have any attacky ones, so I'm just gonna use.
okay. Let's use creativity for this one.
Yeah.
Because this is a creative approach. Mixed success. So as you splash the water on this big guy, he looks down like, was that
dear.
supposed to do something? Sort of look at you. But then you are able to freeze it. And he's not quite frozen in place, perhaps like you were going for, but he does start shivering, and it definitely slows him down. So there is an effect, and it's going to take him longer to get to the rest of you now. Anything else that you want to do?
I'm just gonna try and go towards where Naoyoshi and Chung are.
Okay.
So we're together.
You are certainly able to sort of strafe over in that direction. And then Somo, what do you do?
Tomo is a pacifist.
Yeah.
This is going to be rough.
What level pacifist? Is it the if I help you, I'm committing an act of violence, or is it the I can't punch him in the nose level pacifist?
Well, I can't punch him in the nose.
Yeah, that's I mean there are assist options where you're not actually doing any violence.
Sure, whatever you do, it'll blow him away.
We're here all night, ladies.
Is it a stream if we don't groan at one of Paladin's jokes?
Nope.
No.
I would like to,
Gotta be worried about the
while
moose
staying
eaters,
within the bush, just let out a burst of air. I want to scare them away.
Okay. There is an intimidate option.
That's not going to be good for me. I'm not passionate.
though.
Oh,
It's
that's
very-
impulse.
that is passion based.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be passion based.
I need to start intimidating people. 'cause
I will give you a +1 on this though, because you are hidden and these bandits are easily startled. So situation bonus there.
You already have been on recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Wow,
no.
that's-
Ooh.
You go,
Hey,
woo!
Never doing that again.
They're literally like, oh.
Oh, that's adorable.
So
Come on, let's go beat up this bush.
so you try to blow them away and intimidate them with a big gust of air. Unfortunately, all that happens is you basically blow all the leaves and berries off of the bush. And so now you are standing in a rather bare looking, twiggy bush and have revealed your location.
Bless.
Spooky ghost.
Also, the bad guy gets that hair effect where he looks like Fabio.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
loving it.
Let's do that. Actually, let's do that for everyone. So that happens, but also everyone around you gets hero wind, and they all look amazing, including your party.
little mask flaps go.
Yeah.
And someone will just go, "Oh no, the wind has revealed my hiding spot."
Bato comes running in, holding a piece of the fire. So like a, one of the logs out of the
Torch? Okay.
kind of. It's effectively a torch, but it's basically just a little log from the fire, the campfire. He runs in, and one of the competent looking ones in the middle, he sort of jumps up in the air and swings that log down at him, and just as the log impacts the bandit's forearm, so the bandit sort of puts their arms up to protect from it. The fire suddenly gets bigger and brighter, and there's a burst of flame, which kind of looks like what you might expect, the sparks flying when you hit a burning log, but it's just a little bit bigger than that. And the somewhat competent looking bandit is thrown back from the impact, and trying to put his clothes out because his clothes were on fire, and is pretty successfully out of the fight, which just leaves, if I remember right, the big one. So Nariyoshi, I'll go with you next.
I'm actually going to add another dude to the fight who we haven't noticed.
Okay.
He is going to make to shoot a bow at Chung. And I see this, and I'm going to try to firebend at him. And so I do the moves to do the fire, but nothing happens. You just see like the little heat lines in the air.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm almost too late, and then I'll you turn around, notice him, and you're starting to react, and then I throw my stick at the guy, just my kanabo,
Okay.
just to see if last effort to try to get to him. 'Cause
Let's.
I'm okay.
That definitely sounds like a passion move there.
It's drama.
So roll passion. If you have any playbook moves that are applicable,
I don't think so.
feel free to do that.
There we go.
Nice.
The dice.
Definitely hits the person. The arrow goes way wide, harmlessly, and you knock them back into a tree. So this oof impact as their back hits the tree trunk, and they just sort of collapse there at the base of the tree.
And that's my turn.
Chung, that just happened. That's kind of scary. What's your reaction to that? What are you gonna do?
What are all the guys still up? Because with living with Noriyoshi, you started to take the you know what? We'll deal with weird stuff and how we feel about things once we're not fighting.
Okay,
Let's do this afterward. We're I will have all my feelings afterwards.
that is very valid.
Let's get this done. Really mature for a 13-year-old.
Yeah, actually.
So who's still standing?
The biggin.
Okay.
who's
I am going
slowly moving towards all of you as they are covered in ice and trying to like flex their muscles to get the ice off.
Okay, I am going to use my move, stand and fight, and I'm going to try and provoke him into attacking me specifically.
Okay.
So it takes a passion roll. Yeah.
Whew. Full success, yeah. How do you
Okay,
taunt this
it also
person?
means I get to, well, none of these matters. Normally I get to clear a condition or clear 2 fatigue, but neither of those things are true. So I'm going to, I have all the sand there. I'm going to like kick sand at him and just start being as annoying as, let's start just, no, I'm going to make up a song about how stupid he is, and I'm going to sing a song about how stupid he is, just the full on, just as a provocation there, and that I'm better, and that I'm clearly better. Like even young, I'm way better than him, and when I get old, I'm going to be so much better than him. And yeah,
Despite being covered in ice, he is now very heated and is charging towards you as best he can. With his muscles aren't quite cooperating because they're cold and stiff, and
yeah,
moving that much ice is difficult. But
yeah,
as best he can, he's charging towards you.
I'm going to try. It's like if I can see where it is, and there's something I can go block. Yeah, I'm gonna try and like raise up a little like bit of earth in front of me to block him.
Okay, let's do focus for this, because that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Note to self: raise focus. Ugh, gross.
Yeah. You try to do that, but there's just a lot going on, and you do manage to get a rock wall out of the ground a little bit, but it's really only protecting like your shins, and that's about it.
I should have just used the actual like block move, because it looks like that one doesn't have a roll associated with it.
You can do that instead if you'd like.
Yeah, just choose one advanced and attack technique. So I guess I could say like I go and be charged. Like when the big scary guys coming to punch me in the face meet. Yeah, and because of another ability I have, like basically instead of like 1 fatigue to overcome my defenses and hit me, it takes 2 fatigue to overcome my defenses and hit me.
Okay,
So,
very cool. With that, then we'll move to Vespora. There's just the big guy left, and he's slowly making his way over to Chun-Li, very enraged.
He still has ice on him, so can I try and make the ice sort of thicker and colder?
Yeah, you absolutely can try to do that.
It's what I shall do.
Go ahead and if you have any applicable moves, feel free to do those. Otherwise, what attribute would you say you would use, and how is it applied with this particular action?
Well, I'd like to use creativity, but it can also be passion, because I'm like must help people.
Okay. You can do either one. Just just add that into your description of how it's creative or how it's passionate.
Use creativity, and what makes it creative?
drawing water out of the air.
Yeah, you could do that.
That I'm doing that.
It's pretty creative, yeah.
It's
moisture in the air.
as I said, it has been a particularly wet season, so there's lots of humidity.
Yeah, that makes the ice thicker.
Oh, the humidity. No.
So that's a mixed success. So you are you accomplish what you set out to do. The big guy is moving and just gets slower and slower and slower as he's bringing that big tree trunk up in the air to try to smack it down on Cheng. That's when the ice finally gets thick enough that he can't move anymore. Also, because it's a mixed success, the entire area slowly gets covered in frost and ice. And just this little area around the campsite sort of looks like a frozen winter wonderland. The rest of your party also, they're not hindered in any way, but you're all very cold and covered in, frost on your clothing and things like that.
I do refuse to wear a shirt.
Yeah.
There be
Very
ice on the
cold.
ground then? A bit?
Sorry, what was that?
Would there be ice on the ground then?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And it is your turn next.
I'd like to use my new move, use their momentum. And I'd like to, light-footed jump up and, since there's ice on the ground, kind of just give him a little bit of a push to knock him over.
Okay. Yeah, you are. He really
Let's-
can't do anything against that, so I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You just
Oh,
that's just easy to do. Automatic success. He falls over with a thunk. It's still in that same log club over the head position. He can't really move his body in any way. He just sort of falls over like a statue.
then I'll, I imagine jumping up, kicking him in the chest with both feet and then back flipping away.
Yeah.
This is normal things that normal people do and can do.
Yes.
Everyone can do a backflip.
Yeah.
You could just hear this muffled.
Hey, that one bandit did a backflip, so
Yeah, it's you're an acrobat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm from the circus.
Those who can move are running away now, which leaves the big guy and the first one that Narioshi quickly smacked down to the ground as the only ones that can't escape right now.
Absolutely brutalized.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do with them, or do you want to just collect your things and be about your way?
I collect my weapon, I collect their weapons, and then we leave. That's the plan.
Okay.
You can break camp pretty quick.
The only weapon that you're really able to pick up, you can get the bow. That was dropped. And probably a couple of arrows fell out of the quiver as that person ran away. And the first guy that you attacked had a dagger. Everybody else was able to sort of take theirs with them. And the big guy, the log is sort of frozen in his hands, so it would be difficult to extract.
I'll try, but when it's difficult, I'll be whatever.
We're next to a forest. There are so many logs.
Yeah.
We can get you a new log.
Then yeah, you were able to collect your things and start going. And
Is everyone all right?
Mm.
No one
Yeah.
is injured, yes?
I mean, that guy that you hit is injured.
Yes, I got him pretty good.
Yep. He
He
doesn't
was
count.
gonna hurt us, Somo.
Doesn't count.
They were bandits.
Bandits don't count.
Martial arts are for
Poor little
self-defense.
bandits of his.
We were
Is it
under
defense if
attack.
you attack first?
That's just smart.
That's tactics. That's just tactics. It's just good strategy.
I'm not going to wait for someone to stab me before I fight back.
They were bandits, Somo.
Bato also nods and says, it was clear from their conversation that they were planning to rob us. Probably harm us.
Well, I guess I don't have to ask if
Well, they
you
would've
want this
tried.
bow. Vespora, do you want it?
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I do.
Here you go.
Thank you. She starts playing with it.
Bling, 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 bling.
All right. I suppose it was fortunate that we were all camped together then, Bato
Yes.
says as he...
Thank you for defending my family.
Well, I thank you for defending me. Just
I'll
glad
shake
there
his
was... Yeah, he'll shake your hand back.
I'll
And,
go shake his hand as well.
Yeah, he just shakes both your hands. He just sort of holds both hands out. And yeah, again, his hands are very, very rough and calloused, and there are burn marks on both of his arms. And sort of chuckles, says, "Good thing the fire was still going. Give me a weapon. I don't normally carry
Yeah.
anything like you have there." And he sort of points to your weapon, Nariyoshi.
It is a good one. Would you like the dagger that I picked up from the bandit?
He kind of eyes it for a second. He's like, I'm really not much of a fighter. I'd probably end up hurting
Dagger
myself.
is just a tool. It's always good to have a knife.
Those kind of really good for cheese.
When you mention that, he changes his mind. He's like, I could use it for food. Sure, I'll take it.
Give him the dagger.
He doesn't like put it on his belt or anything like that. He just packs it away into his bag. And within a short frame of time, you've got everything packed up and are ready to go.
I'm gonna stamp down where the earth tents were, so there's just no appearance that they were there, that they were ever there.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of destroying most of the traces of us.
Smart.
Perfect. Yeah. Anybody passing by, all
From the
they're
best.
gonna see is this weird patch of frost everywhere, and that's it.
Completely unexplained
Oh.
frost patch.
That's gonna go
Oh,
away real
melt.
fast. Yeah.
I'll melt it. I'll melt the frost.
Okay. Oh, that's a good point. You all are kind of your clothing is very damp for a little bit, but that's the only side effect. Is there anything that you want to do before? Anything else you want to do before continuing on your journey? Is there anything you want to ask Bato? Anything like that?
I'll say the Vespora. I never knew that water bending could make ice. It's
Yeah,
quite
well,
special.
it's just cold ice if you think about it. Yeah,
Ice is
sorry.
rare, huh?
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's yeah, I
There's a lot you
didn't
can
mean
do
to
with
get
that.
it everywhere. I'm still ice is a tricky one.
Mhm.
It's like working, like doing the sinkholes or the sand. It's hard. I get it.
Yeah.
It did worked. You stopped that
Yeah.
giant man.
That
Feels-
song
he
was
feels a
funny,
bit
though.
proud.
That song I was singing was really funny.
Bato's just politely listening to your conversation and does chime in after a little bit. Yes, waterbenders are they can do pretty amazing things. I've seen lots of different kinds of bending in my extensive travels.
No.
Have you been to the Water Nation?
Oh yes, once or twice. Long time
Which
ago.
one?
Oh, the north. It's some time ago. Different life. He sort of chuckles.
Yeah. I think we all have different lives.
Hmm.
Did we see his almost Fire Nation move, or did just Nariyoshi see that?
Nariyoshi definitely would have been able to pick up on it.
Yeah.
If anybody else would like to try, you can roll
Mhm.
focus to see if
Yeah.
you picked up on it.
I think I was still under some earth at that
Yeah.
point.
That's
Tom
fair.
has
I
enough
wouldn't have-
information because I told him he was Fire Nation.
hmm
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could put the pieces
Yeah.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was also thinking that I'd probably seen Nariyoshi fight enough that I'd at least be able to at least very loosely recognize some of the forms.
He did a very good job of covering it
Yeah,
up. But yeah, if you're paying close attention, you might have picked up on it.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, and then the burnt hand, like the burnt hands. I think that would like even if it's
Oh,
just like
yeah.
a little bit in the fighting style. Once it's the little bit in the fighting style and the burnt hands, it's like there's only like one thing that could.
Only firebenders ever get burned.
It's true.
Yeah, you definitely.
That's why my parents were clearly firebenders.
Oh,
That is
too
dark.
soon.
Well, it happened, years ago, so it's not. It can't be that soon.
Still too soon. Oh,
Okay,
that
that's
was.
fair. That's fair. Sorry.
No, that's just really dark humor. Anywho, yeah, you're definitely able to piece together that he's a firebender. Though maybe you might not have noticed specifically that he was firebending when he used the log.
Okay.
Or maybe you suspect it. It's up to you, really.
He's
But
suspicious.
yeah, so he mentions he's been to the Water Nation in another lifetime, and also mentions while giving a particularly pointed glance at Somo. Mentions, yes, I've even met some airbenders once upon a time.
Normally Soma would react, but Soma is mentally so far away right now.
No.
Like just kind of staring off very seriously into the middle distance.
I know that look.
Yeah.
Just trying to find a place to poop.
Yep.
That's why I make the tents. Call them a pooping tent.
Bato does notice that look, Somo, and very gently puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "It's a great loss what happened to the air nomads."
What?
I was just saying, I once upon a time I met some airbenders from the northern temple, actually. They were very kind people, and I learned a lot. It was a tragedy what happened to them.
There's Spora looks between
some-
them, sort of concerned, like, oh god.
Did something happen? I haven't heard.
Oh,
I
just
wouldn't know.
I'm gonna run ahead before I say something stupid because I'm 13-year-old, but I'm not that 13.
just they having to withdraw, stay more isolated than they used to. He sort of, you can kind of tell that's not quite what he was talking about, but he does a decent job of shifting gears there to not make it too obvious. And he just sort of pats your shoulder and starts walking ahead of you.
So we'll like realize stuff's up and be like, oh god, I just pack up their stuff. Are we going?
We are, if you're ready.
And with that, you're on your way, and a few minutes in, Bato pulls his instrument back out and starts playing a traveling song, some silly little tune about travelers and a bunch of like misfortunes that fall on them, but end up being actually like positive things. So it's a fun little song, very upbeat and cheery in tone, and I think that's a good place to wrap up for today. So you fought off some bandits. you had a sibling-esque conflict that you were able to resolve, and you made a new friend. Potentially, friend.
And we showcased some clashing ideologies, which is also, I think, good.
That is true. That is also fun.
Yeah.
So
Always in the minority.
At some point, I want Somo and Chung, because a lot of his philosophy is a little bit from Noriyoshi, but a lot of it's from the Crag, and having the those two direct oppositional philosophies discussed would be kind of fun.
it would be.
I think.
So since we're at the end here, we've got growth questions.
All right.
So, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Doesn't feel like we did this time.
No.
Bandits exist.
Not.
Yeah.
Meh.
Well, I don't know. I think there's a lot of sort of subtle implications regarding Bato
There are. I think.
that we learned there. So
I think that question is definitely going to be a yes in the next couple of sessions for sure.
okay.
But yeah, there was implications, but not necessarily something learned. I think
Yeah.
on that one.
Okay.
Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
That we definitely
Yes.
did.
Yes.
You took out bandits that were quote unquote terrorizing the road.
Perhaps we've convinced them to make a different life choice.
One of them, at least.
Yeah.
You're probably never going to run into them again, so I will say that yes, they retreated, treated their wounds, and put serious thought into their life choices that led them up to this moment.
Bunch of teenagers and two older men just kicked our butts.
Yeah, they're going down a different
People
path
and
now.
children being around.
Yeah.
Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center? Somo definitely helped with guiding companions towards balance with Vespora
That's
and
true.
Chongli.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did do that. I forgot because that was like
Yeah.
an hour ago.
And then
I guided both Vespora and Chung towards trusting our new friend, which is good. That's a balanced kind of a move.
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially since this dude is Fire Nation.
Mm.
you can definitely mark that down. And then you all have unique ones for your playbooks. That we'll let's do that as part of the outros this time. So we'll go reverse order from how we started. So we'll start with Anina. What's your playbook question and answer? And then what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
So my playbook question is, did you learn something meaningful, important about your lineage, its members, or its effects on the world and others? I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Not this time. Not this time. What was my favorite part? I like that Vespora and Chung came to a bit of a truce. That was nice. And also, for the first time for Vespora, she's a bit like, ooh, these are people we might not trust. So things got a bit scary in a way. Just a bit less confident. So yeah.
Trusted her gut.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did give... That did
Always
happen.
trust your gut, especially when it tells you to go to the bathroom.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a very good thing.
It's
You can find me here next week, same time, same channel. And also please do check out Bardic Quest, which is a D&D 5e playthrough with British trained actors like myself. And go watch The Awkward Actress as well, a YouTube channel where you can find my stuff. Some comedy, some dark drama, something in between.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
Absolutely go check those out. B, what's your playbook question and answer? And then favorite part, where can folks find you, all that good stuff.
My playbook answer is: did you improve the lives of a community of average citizens? If the bandits stopped being bandits, then I think that's pretty solid. Yes.
Yeah, as I say, you have.
Yeah.
You've made that whole stretch of road, which is a commonly traveled road safer.
Fantastic. Yeah. I have two favorite parts. One, just because they're my new obsession, moose beavers. I've been designing them in my head like this entire time. But my favorite bit was actually when Noriyoshi just took Chong aside and they had that little, like the little moment. It was just a little one, and it was just fantastic. I loved it. It felt very genuine and real. Really get like why these two have, continued to be a family.
No, I don't think it's been the easiest, but it works.
No. I mean, just personality-wise, there would be so many conflicts that it would be a bit of a problem.
Cool.
I was surprised I didn't get yelled at about trying to get the big guy to beat me up.
And then where can folks find you and all that good stuff?
You'd find me places. There's the Neon Devils comic. We're actually on a little bit of a hiatus right now, so catch up. Troll and Prettiest Princess. I've kind of started doing a little bit of Twitch more. I do No Man's Sky, where I just don't say anything and play No Man's Sky, as one does. Yeah, that's Troll and Prettiest Princess. I have a game system that's moving into beta testing, which is fairly exciting. So yeah.
All right. Paladin, what's your playbook question and answer? Favorite part? Where can folks find you and all that good stuff?
My question is, did I pursue a desire or goal of my own outside of protecting others? And that would be a no. Most of everything I did was in that vein. So my favorite part was Hannah dealing with Somos being a pacifist. That came across. I thought that was really well done. Made me feel bad about enjoying the combat. So that's fun.
It served its
Yay,
purpose.
fighting! Oh, right.
I'm here for.
I
Make you
suck.
feel bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Where can people find me? It is Friday, so Sunday over on Uncanny Adventures, where I play Holt, the pirate paladin, and tries to make friends with all the evil pirates. God, what did we do last session? We did have one.
Make friends with evil pirates.
That is always the plan.
Yeah, that tracks.
We did a lot of talking. God, what did we do? I do not remember. Well. Oh, right, we came across a boat that was sinking and then decided not to go aboard and do anything because it looked like a trap. It was tense. After that, Tuesdays over on Polished Cryptid channel, I play Domrain, the Githzerai noble fighter, last of his kind. We are about to make way to a village where I am planning not to visit. I will remain on the ship and I will make a symbol on a shield or something like that. Because last session I talked to a drow about Loth and got nowhere.
All right.
Fun times. And then I'm back here.
Yeah. Awesome. Hannah, what was your playbook question and answer, favorite part, and anything you want to share or plug? Or all that good stuff.
It is empty. Did you accomplish a feat worthy of your burden and tradition? I don't think I did. So I was actually a little bit conflicted about the fact that they were a part of the fight at all, even if it was mostly just in a not aggressively violent kind of way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say no on that one.
Okay.
Favorite part. I really liked Bato and the kind of subtlety to his character. I really like the interactions between him and Nariyoshi, especially that kind of subtle nod at each other, I see you and you see me kind of thing. So I think that kind of those interactions were very good. As for where you can find me next, I will be back here on Raven's channel, but not on YouTube Fridays. We'll be back on Twitch tomorrow for Animus Absentis, where I play Lev, who is a combat medic, and adopted parent now, I guess, for a whole crew.
Oh,
Y'all got issues, and I'm here for you.
Are you a
it's true.
combat medic?
With they do shoot gun. That is like one of the first things I bought was a nice gun.
Yep. Oh yeah, that crew definitely needs the help.
Last time, I helped someone down from a panic attack. Now we're delivering supplies to a mining planet.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing GMing Animus again after a little bit of a break because of convention and stuff.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Come back and come for space adventures.
Yeah.
Where nothing will go wrong ever.
Oh, never. Nothing ever goes wrong in Animus.
Nope. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything technically.
There's definitely not a robot AI thing that destroyed the universe.
There's a galactic war happening. It's fine.
It's fine. That just leaves me. I don't have a playbook question because I'm the GM. But my favorite part, it's really hard to choose because you all did such amazing things that were super entertaining and interesting. Yeah, it's really hard to pick a favorite part. I enjoyed the whole thing. I loved the suspicion around Bato, and watching you all slowly figure little bits out. That was a lot of fun. Very much enjoyed the dynamic between Vespora and Chun-Li. It was very sibling-like. And then Somo being the peacemaker with them. That whole thing was just... It was really great. And then watching Nariyoshi... very parent-like for everyone, really. It was really neat. Very protective, but also like explaining why things are certain ways or why you shouldn't or should do certain things. A little bit with Chun-Li. I just thought I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so the whole thing was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the whole thing. Where you can find me next, in about 3 hours, right back here, I'll be producing Welcome to Madison, which is a surreal horror game that runs on Fundamental RPG. It's a really cool story. Lots of really awesome people in the cast, so you should definitely come back and watch. And then Saturday, over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RAVVYN, we'll be doing, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll be doing Animus Absentus. We're not quite there yet, but we're coming up on episode 60 soon, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, the cast is amazing, including the most recent addition to the cast, Hannah, and we spent a lot of time building up that world and stuff. It's very interesting. Highly recommend watching it. It's a lot of fun.
You see a space cowboy.
Yeah, there is a space cowboy on the ship named Rip Rose, and he's been a big bad for most of the show, and now they've teamed up a little bit, and it's been really interesting to see.
Nice.
Changed his hat. It's symbolic. The color changed.
It's true. His hat went from black to gray. We should celebrate for episode 69.
One more color change, and
Yes.
he'll never give you up and never let you down.
Mm-hmm. I hate you. So.
Yeah.
Run around and desert you.
Other things to share a plug. Sponsors. Fundamental RPG. It's what Welcome to Madison and Animus both run on. It looks like this. You can pick up your copy on Amazon if you want the physical book. Or if you prefer PDFs for your tabletop games, you can grab that at coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled on the side of the screen there. You can also, at that same place, pick up the Quick Play Guide, which is 100% free. It'll run you through the very basic mechanics of the system, as well as levels 1 through 5, and it's a 30-level system in total. So you can get a pretty good little peek into how it works and see if you like it. Again, that's a simple D20 system. It's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play any style of game that you like. As we have thoroughly explored on this channel over the last year or so. And then our other sponsor, Die Hard Dice, at dieharddice.com. They sell amazing polymer metal dice sets and accessories. If you use the code FUNRPG, all one word, capital letters, you can get 10% off of your entire order. And then I highly recommend checking out these dice that I have over here, the Ember Kazan set. They're a metal set that they sent me recently. I'm going to hold them up to the camera here so you can hopefully see those dragon scales sort of inlaid on all the different surfaces. They're one of my favorite sets now. They've got a very pleasant weight to them, and they just look really pretty. I like them quite a lot. So go check those out especially, but their whole site is amazing. They've got lots of really cool stuff. And then if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we've had here on YouTube or over on our Twitch channel, you can do so right here on the YouTube channel. Just look at the playlist section on this channel, and you should be able to watch them by show. There's also quite a bit of them available on the Fantasy Network if you enjoy indie fantasy stuff. You can check that out at watch.thefantasy.network. And I think that is everything. So we are going to sign off for now, but be back here in 3 hours for Welcome to Madison. And I will see you all later. Bye, everybody.